Shalom. All praise is due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rach Kwadash, the one said the elect, apostle, bishops, elders at Great Millstone that were well. Shalom to like Ak out there doing this work in sincerity and truth and not for vainglory in season, out of season. Shalom to elect men and women, sons and daughters of the elect of the nation of Israel, which are the men, women, sons and daughters of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans scattered through the four corners of the earth. All right, so I just want to bring these couple of scriptures out. Like the apostle Tahar did the video on 7 women shall take, seven women shall take hold of one man, not one man taking hold to 7 women, basically. So 7 women going to be on a man of the Lord. It's not the other way around. They're going to have to come to the men of the Lord. All right? So it ain't 7 men taking hold of one woman. It's 7 women taking hold of one man. Isaiah 4:1, which I went through with the other video. I brought that scripture out. But it's not going to matter, whether you ugly to these women or not, that's not going to matter. You could be ugly as all hell to these women, right? You could be, you can be not appealing to these women, but guess what? That's not going to matter. All right, so let's go to the scriptures on it, okay? All right, because it's not going to be the woman's choice whether she chooses you or not. It's going to be whether the man, a man of the Lord, a so-called black, Latino, and Native American man, black, West Indian, Haitian man, Latino and Native American man, Hispanic man, whether they choose you. All right? It's not going to be about what they want and what they think. Oh, you too short. All right? Because you got the whole situation with the whole short thing. Okay? You got the whole situation with, oh, I don't like your teeth. Or, the shoes you're wearing is not nice. It's not going to be none of that shit. All right, so let's go to it. Let's go on what the Lord say. Because the laws are coming back, by the way. Now, we know we're not going to be saved by the laws, but the laws are going to come back in the kingdom of heaven. All right? So that's Deuteronomy 22:16. All right? It says, let me see. Okay, let's read this. It says, let's go to the 15th verse. It says, as a matter of fact, you know what? Matter of fact, let's go to the 14th verse. Let's go to the 13th verse. It says, if any man take a wife and go in to her, I mean, he has sex with her, he stuck his, in her, what, right? And hate her. Because that happened back then, it did. I mean, she could have been fine as all hell, but for some reason, the man didn't like her, right? The man was like, nah, I ain't really feeling shorty. And she could be fine as all hell, right? Just like how black, Latino, Native American women think you are to the same very day. But that doesn't mean that a man, even if he, has sex with you, that he's gonna be into you. Okay? It says, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I took to her, I found her not a maid. I mean, in other words, she wasn't a virgin. You know, like the majority of our women, so-called black, Western and Haitian, Latino, Hispanic, and Native American women, right? Because most of them ain't virgins, all right? It says, then shall the father of the damsel, because the father had all the power in the family, you know. I know you know, you black women, you Latino, Native American women, I know you don't like what your father says, so it's an issue and it's a problem, and he didn't come to you how you wanted to come to. But back in the ancient world, the father had all the power, all right? And it's going to be that way in the kingdom of heaven, okay? Which the kingdom of heaven is going to be righteous anyway, so it's not going to be no need for this. But these are the law, statutes, commandments that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai set up. It says, and the damsel's father shall, then the 15th verse. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth her tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. Yeah, because maybe he's like, it ain't, the box ain't what I thought it was. He was being wicked. Listen, you got wicked men out there, right? Of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But more so, you got fucking wicked women, man. That's why the scriptures say, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. King Solomon said that. But you do have wicked men out there. Listen, I ain't going to sit up there and say that you don't, because you do. Niggas get it. They get the, they get the goodies, so to speak. And then they ain't like, ain't what I thought it was. And for whatever reason, he ain't feeling it. All right. But let's see what Yahweh Shai have to say about that. It says, her tokens of the damsel virginity, meaning, look, she was pure. We got the, listen, we watched her. She's good. She's good to go, yo. She ain't slept with no other man. We kept her inside doors, which don't happen in nowadays. But that was the ancient way of doing things, all right? Doing things. Keeping your daughter in so she don't, sleep with a whole bunch of dudes. It says, and the damsels, this is the 16th verse, and the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. So the father had the power over who dealt with his daughter, yo. It wasn't no woman saying, his his nose is too big, or I don't like how big his head is. Listen, you black, West Indian, Haitian, Latino, Hispanic, and Native American women, you're not going to have no choice on who you deal with. Point blank. That's the point that I want to get to. Let me read it again. And the damsel's father, where was the mama? Where was the mama, yo? Why did she say, mama, 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 mama? No, it was the damsel's father that gave his daughter to the man. It wasn't about mama. It was about father, earthly father, okay? All right, so there's not going to be no pop the balloon show in the kingdom of heaven, yo. It's not. Okay? The man gonna pick the woman he want according to the spirit, and the father will give the man away. Mama ain't gonna have shit to say about who her daughter gives her stuff away. All right? And this is the hard reality that these so-called fucking black women, West Indian Haitian woman, Latino Native American woman, gonna learn, yo. All right? It's gonna be according to the fathers. It's not gonna be according to mama. All right? Mama ain't gonna have shit to say. She gonna be in order, and she's gonna be humble, and she's gonna be quiet, and she's gonna let the man take care of everything. All right? Okay? So it says, and the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. Yeah, because for whatever reason, you know, he had sex with her, but for whatever reason in his mind, whatever he didn't, and she could be fine as shit. She can be a baddie for all you fucking baddies out there that think you the shit to the 10th goddamn power, yo. Okay? He could say, you know what, I ain't feeling that. But he cannot get rid of that woman because he already took her virginity. Okay? See, so this law is for males and females of the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, West Indian Haitians, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right? So Yahweh Bahashim Hawashah is a fair power, yo. So it's not like you don't have no laws protecting you. Yes, you do. But you ain't gonna be doing the choosing for shit. It ain't no choosing. You ain't gonna choose a motherfucking thing. Okay? Point blank. All right? It says, and lo, let's go to it. Let's read it. And lo, he hath given occasion of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, a virgin, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity, meaning she was a virgin, yo. But he's saying, yo, nah, son. Nah, she wasn't so virgin, yo. She wasn't no virgin. Somebody else hit that. But the father had the tokens of her virginity, all right? It says, and they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. Yeah, this is the papers. She's a certified fucking virgin, yo. All right. It says, and the elders of that city shall take the man and chastise him. Okay. So yeah, there's laws to protect you so-called black, West Indian, Haitian, Latino, and Native American women. They are. But the point is, you ain't gonna be doing no fucking choosing, man. You ain't gonna choose shit. Okay? Your father is gonna have arranged marriages for you. And if not, the man will come and say, oh, I like your daughter. I don't give a damn how you feel, how he look. I don't give a damn what you feel about him. You not in love with him when you first see him. It doesn't matter. You don't do the choosing like in this fucking society here in America with the white man so-called ruling that you do now. Okay? And I'm not saying it's to be the cruel on the black woman. I'm just saying you don't have the right to choose the man. The man has a right to choose you according to the scriptures. All right? Which we're reading right now. All right? Okay? It says, and they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought upon an evil name upon the virgin, right? He may not put her away all his days. So you got rights too. All right? All right. You have rights to Black, Latino, and Native American woman. All right, just give me a second, my brothers. All right, brothers. So, yeah. So it says, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of the city shall stone her with stones, that she die. Okay, let me see. Hold up. Okay, it says, but if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, yeah, in other words, if she was being, she was being a hoe. I know that's a bad word to the black woman. All right. Okay. If she was being a hoe, it says, but if the thing be true, and tokens of her virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of this and the men of her city shall stone her with stones, that she die, because she hath wrought folly in Israel, to play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put evil away from among you. Yeah, so, and we know the majority is black woman, West Indian Haitian women, Latino women, they're nothing but whores, man. They're nothing but harlots, man. But of course, Esau and his wickedness in his society, of course, he turned everything upside down. All right. So she can play the whore and get child support and get alimony and have the kids pass off as the man's kids, but it's not his kids, it's some other man's kid. It is what it is, yo. All right. It says, let me see. So, okay. I think, let me read 19 again. Or if I didn't read it, Salakia, and they shall, yeah, okay. I did read it. I did. I read it. It says, and they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon the virgin of Israel, and she shall be his wife. He may not put her away all his days. So, yeah, Israelite woman got rights too, yo. Black, Latino, Native American woman, West Indian, Haitian woman got rights too. All right. We can't be wicked towards our woman. It says, if a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman, and the woman, so shall thou put away evil from Israel. So, if she was betrothed to another man, and he slept with her and she didn't say nothing, both of them supposed to get put to death. All right. All right, so let's get to what I really want to get into. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of the city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's a wife, so thou shalt put away evil from among you. Yeah, because she was already betrothed. She was already promised on the man, but she wanted to commit adultery, and the man committed adultery too. All right. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, West Indian Haitians. All right. Adultery happens. All right. But death is the penalty. All right. Let me see. It says, but if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. Yeah, because she wasn't with it, but you know, he's a man, she's a woman, he's a stronger man, he could take it, you know, and is what it is. But she's not supposed to die, the man's supposed to die. All right, showing you how fair Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah is. It says, but unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. It says, there is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. Yeah, exactly. It says, for he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. Right. So, you know, she was crying out saying, no, don't do this to me. I'm married. I'm betrothed. I'm promised to another man, but he took it any goddamn way. All right. So he's supposed to only get put to death. All right. It says, then the man that lay with her shall give. Hold on. Wait. Okay. Let's go to 28. It says, if a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, meaning she's not promised to nobody, she's just out there, right? She's not promised to no other man, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found. Okay, so here's the part. You women, you have no right to pick a man. A man has every right to pick you. I don't give a damn how you think he look. It doesn't matter. Okay? Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah is not playing by them games, man, that you women want to play on men. Okay? It's all about the man picking you. You ain't about you picking no man. All right? All right? It says, if a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, meaning he has sex with her and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's fathers 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. A man shall not take his father's wife, nor discover his father's skirt. So, the man gets to decide. He gets to decide what woman he wants. He can take it. Now, we don't do that now because, you know, we in Esau's kingdom. We don't encourage brothers to do that. All right? But when that time come in the kingdom, well, we ain't going to have to do that in the kingdom because women going to be all... look, Isaiah 4:1, 7 women which shall take hold of one man. But that's the law on the situation, yo. That's the law on the situation. Now, if somebody actually, if some man, a Jake, so-called Negro, West Indian, Haitian, Latino, Native American, Hispanic, rape your daughter, of course you're gonna be fucked up in the spirit. Of course, because he ain't out to wife her, he just out to take it. But according to the scriptures, he's supposed to wife her, and that's it. He can't put away all the days of his life. You know? So we don't push that narrative, yo. We ain't out there telling brothers, go ahead and fucking just rape a woman. We ain't, we ain't with that, yo. Okay? You know? That's why you have to be protective over your daughters to a certain extent of what? Some just grimy ass Jake, grimy ass nigga just taking it and be like, well, bye. See you later. You know? And I'm not talking about protective as, you know, if she, you know, gets a so-called boyfriend and, you know, she's dealing with him and they, you know, and they dealing with each other. No, listen, good. That's their business. Good. Okay. All right. But if a man do take your daughter, just know that happened in the ancient world, and we supposed to have what? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, but that man got to deal with your woman. Deal with your daughter. He can't just take it and be like, oh, bye, see you later. I just like to rape women. Nah. It ain't like that. All right. So I hope you've been edified. And with that, shalom.